Hi, this is Erik Linask coming to you from IT Expo West in Los Angeles, California. And I'm here with Sangoma's Frederic Dickey. Frederic, thank you very much for joining me today. Well, you know what? Let's get started by talking a little bit about the communications infrastructure market space and sort of what changes or market trends you've seen lately.
Right. Well, as you know, Sangoma has been providing telephony boards, TDM-based, and a lot of people, as the world is moving to voice over IP, a lot of people and industry followers are, talking about moving to 100% SIP networks, and we see even at the show here, lots of seminars around SIP trunking. So things are evolving from being very hardware specific and moving to software running on standard platform, whether it's open source or closed source, and all IP networks. So that's the great trends that we see in our market space. Yeah.
And how are those trends impacting what Sangoma is doing?
Well, most of our revenues today come from obviously TDM boards. But we already provide software building blocks that play in pure IP networks. So, for instance, we have products called NetBorder Call Analyzer, which is a piece of software that sits in pure SIP network in a call center, providing some enabling technology for outbound call centers. We provide also pieces of software that enable legacy PBXs to interconnect to all SIP networks in a call center again. Again, this is a piece of software that is entirely SIP, SIP to SIP with voice over IP. And I think as time goes by, we'll provide more and more of these kinds of platforms that may involve hardware, will surely involve software, but will play in pure IP and SIP networks.
And now I know that one of the things that you're excited about here at the show is an announcement that you're actually making today.
Right. So another software enabler that we have is a product called NetBorder Express. It's a software-based voice-over IP gateway, full-fledged voice-over IP gateway that runs on top of our telephony cards. Up to now, it's been available only on Windows, and what we've announced today is the release of this platform under Linux OS, as well as a partner of ours, PBX and SIP, and another partner are putting together an appliance whereby easy to install PBX and SIP-based PBX running our gateway in a nice appliance from Norelco. So that's what we've been announcing today. Yeah.
Now, what's the driver behind coming out and partnering to deliver an actual appliance?
Well, I think the market, the idea of having software components and server components and standard OSs to deliver telecom applications is nice. It helps costs. It runs on standard components. But, when you need to deploy quickly, when you have networks of resellers and distributors, I think the combination needs to be easy to install. So that's why Sangoma typically works with channels that will integrate and package these solutions into a platform that is easy then to move down the channels and be able to install quickly at a customer premise. So NetBorder Express, being a full-fledged gateway, all of these PBXs require some kind of TDM interconnection, at least for now. Someday it'll be all SIP, but there's still a lot of TDM, and they need a full-fledged SIP gateways. And instead of buying an external box, a combination of our software and our card can sit in the same server as to where you have your PBX application. So you get a full-fledged, commercial gateway running in the same platform as your application to make it a nice bundle, easy to deploy.
That makes an awful lot of sense, especially in today's market.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier a couple of call center products, and I think that's maybe a space that some people don't even realize that Sangoma is playing in. Tell me what you're doing a little bit in the call center space.
Right. So coming from the TDM world, what we've been supplying mostly is technology enablers, so boards and drivers. And as we move into the all IP world and the call center, we provide, I would say, software building blocks. We don't offer full-fledged applications for call centers. We provide technology components that are good for call center. So one of them is this NetBorder Call Analyzer product. And what this does is for outbound call center operations, whether it's telemarketing, outbound IVRs, collection agencies, whatever. It's a piece of software that classifies. So when you automate outbound dialing, you need to classify the calls. You need, if it's a live person answering, you want the call center to connect to an agent. If it's a busy, then maybe you mark it to retry later. So our piece of software does this very quickly, all in software, all in IP, with very high accuracy for the call center. So again, we offer this as a complement to, call center solutions, whether, we have all kinds of partners that are delivering solutions over asterisk. We also work with companies like Genesis, which is at the other end of the spectrum in the call center. And, we're delivering very high quality outbound operations for our customers.
Excellent. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
We've been talking with Frederic Dickey from Sangoma here at IT Expo West in Los Angeles. Frederic, thank you very much. And
thank you.
Have a great show.
All right.